Oh my God, there's a lot of hairspray on this or something.
No, it's a paper.
Oh.
It's a paper or a paper feel.
Oh, I like that.
Oh.
Hopefully I didn't need that card. I didn't even think of that before I handed it to you. It's like, has a purpose. Okay. Let's fucking do it.
Is my hair good? My bang good?
You bang good.
They're good.
The bang!
The bang. I haven't heard that in so long.
Lord have mercy.
We did it.
Amen.
If they stop recording, they stop recording.
YOLO. Cheers.
Cheers.
First podcast.
First
Ching.
podcast. I'm already sweating.
We have some products for you.
How appropriate.
How appropriate.
How appropriate. My folds are sweating too.
Bet you don't stink though.
That should be our title of our
Never.
podcast.
I never stink.
Bet you don't stink though.
It should just be I never stink.
Bet you
I
don't
never
stink
stink.
though. Bet you don't stink though.
Bet you don't stink. You ain't stanky.
No matter what, bet you don't stink though.
No.
Boom.
But at least you don't
Shameless
stink.
plug.
Shameless plug.
It's true.
Okay, so
I think I'm good.
you good? You feel good?
Yeah.
Do we feel?
Measuring.
First of all, thanks to Jake,
Shout out to Jake.
He's great.
Jake.
Angel.
Angel baby.
So we're here.
We're here.
First podcast.
Yeah.
First of all, shout out to anyone that's listening, and
Look,
everyone that's listening.
Everyone that's
so
listening.
many.
We are excited to be here. It's our first podcast, first of many, many years to come.
Let me unpirate my boots really quick.
I like that.
I had them in work mode.
I think we should allow the listeners to help us name.
Yes, agreed.
Ooh.
That's good, right?
In the
I very
comments,
much love
yeah.
that.
So
You could do a poll.
first thing, Caitlin,
What's up, y'all?
you're going to introduce me.
Okay.
I'm going to introduce Kelly, and Kelly's going to introduce you.
Look, love it.
What do you think about that?
Sure.
Just do a round robin.
Yeah.
Hit it.
Okay. This is my friend Jess.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Lucky me.
Co-founder of Hickey, Deo lotion for all parts of your body. Jess is one of the most amazing humans I know. She is the most caring, the most hyper-focused, the most type A personality, but literally...
Get out of my fucking way!
Also, don't not feed her. Don't ever not feed her.
That's the
That
truth.
is the truth.
I do
Yeah.
get angry.
But Jess is one of the most incredible people I know. She will ride hard for what she believes in, and she creates space in this world for marginalized bodies. And to me, there is not a better person on this earth than this one right here. So that's my friend Jess.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Hey, thanks.
That's
Glad
very
we're
nice.
friends and not just worky buddies.
I know. That would be atrocious.
Okay, this is Kelly. Kelly,
Woo-hoo.
a.k.a. Kelly Belly, Ohio,
Yeah.
a.k.a. The kindest person I know. Literally, the nicest person I know. One of the most vulnerable human beings that I know. You
Try.
put yourself out there. You love hard. You love a lot. She's poly. She's open. She's lovely. She talks about being plus size. She helps everyone who's plus size. It's truly incredibly motivating, and you make me be vulnerable, and you make me love myself.
I love
thank
that.
you.
I love
Thanks,
that
I
too.
love that. How do I do
So
this?
that's Kelly.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Friends.
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 Good friends.
Yeah, so lucky.
Friends.
This is Caitlin.
Can you
Look
hang?
at Caitlin.
Yeah.
Got to put that password in, Caitlin.
Hold on.
I'm waiting.
071388.
We just said that on the podcast.
That's
Nah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's my birthday.
I did the same thing. Oh,
Oh.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get it
Anyways,
to
this
you.
is Caitlin.
Hi.
Caitlin,
Caitlin.
you know who Caitlin is.
Who
Or at least
doesn't?
you should. Because, I mean, there is a scope of things that you do, but like the fact that you are like in my opinion, which is the correct opinion, the top tier leading, not just body positive, but fat liberating
Yeah.
photographer in many ways, not just boudoir, but in all sense of the ways.
Thank you, friend.
I know you do that, but really you have opened my life to a million, both of you know, opened my life to a million things, but
I love that.
like just being around you, anybody that's around you or knows her knows that like you're in for a good time and you're in to be empowered and to be enlightened and to be inspired. And the work that you do, it doesn't just brighten the world for like our people and like our community, it's the entire community and it's making a difference. And she has a giant following online and it's justly deserved, which actually matters to me. So
My
yay.
heart.
And I love these ladies.
Thank you, friend. That was so good. That was so good.
But you do a lot of other things too.
But like, I don't think the universe has mistakes. Like, how the heck did all three of us?
I know.
And
similar.
I followed you, Kelly, for years, and I thought it was like,
Really?
I thought she was the coolest human ever, and I was
know
like,
that.
how do I even go about like introducing myself to this human? And then you put us on a
Boom.
board together,
Yeah.
Boom.
and it was just like
And I was like,
immediately,
oh, I
like
love
the
her.
first time you got in my car, I was like, oh, we're sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, instantly.
Oh,
and that doesn't happen too often.
Ever.
And it's
No.
been like that.
But all three of you have felt that way. Like the first
Yeah,
time I
for
met
sure.
you, I was like, oh, this is going to be
yeah.
my human.
Yep.
Yep. Let's be weirdos together.
Yeah.
You know?
No time or distance goes where things change, that's a soul family.
Soul
I truly
family.
believe soul family is like we can go minutes, months, years, whatever. It wouldn't make a difference.
wouldn't-
Still
it
feel exactly
honestly-
the same.
Yep. I think that's really cool.
It is.
I feel like that's hard to find.
Yeah. I
It
totally
is.
agree.
It is. And when you find it, it's instant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're just here to help people feel better in their skin.
Yes.
Yep.
So we wanted to do this podcast because one, we just think we mesh well. You got that?
Don't.
I like it though. I liked
Wheels
it.
fell off. The wheels fell off. Get situated, honey.
I'm working on
All
it.
right. So we want to do this podcast because one, the Hickey brand is a community of people that I want to feel good in their skin when they use this deodorant lotion, these products in general. I want you to feel confident using these products. Caitlin does boudoir photography in general. Her mission in life is to make people feel good in their skin.
Facts.
Kelly has been plus size and
Forever.
Forever. I don't know why I'm like all of a sudden you.
Ta-da! Now
But
we're
I've been
plus
on.
size.
But I've been on the other side of the camera.
Remember
so
when
like,
you?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kelly is a plus size human being who decided to put herself out there and show her life so that she could help others feel comfortable in their skin. And so we wanted to come together and talk about that. And so we wanted to have different sort of different podcasts on different things around body liberation. I want to get some doctors on here. I want to get some
Gynecologists.
gynecologists,
And health at every
Oh my
size
gosh.
therapists and
other influencers who do this.
Yeah. And not just fat influencers. Influencers that help people feel good in their body. It doesn't matter what body you're in.
Right.
What we care about is what kind of light are you putting into the world?
Yes.
Is it good light? We want it.
Yeah.
I definitely Instagram messaged Lizzo.
Bingo.
So I'm sure she'll
I will get up
respond.
on that too and be like, hey.
I'm sure. Look, I bet she was waiting on your email.
I
Yep.
think it said seen yesterday, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So
Check.
first thing I want to dive into, I want to get into it.
Yes.
I did an ad. I created an ad.
Yeah.
One of our influencers did this ad. She's plus size. And I wanted the ad to show using the deodorant lotion, just like taking it off, putting it on thighs, putting it under arms, putting it on belly rolls, right? Everywhere. She did a great job. The ad is amazing. It's very engaged. That's got a lot of engagement. People love the ad. And then there was a bunch of comments.
Yes.
I have to say, I'm not experienced with these kinds of comments.
I'm
I don't know
very
shit about them.
experienced with that.
Right. So this is why I want to get into it.
Let me show you my inbox.
I was sweating when I read these comments. All right, I'm just going to read them. Okay, so on this ad, people wrote things like, one, are you fucking kidding me? No one wants to see this. Having a healthy diet is the key to a healthy body. I hope you will find ways to take better care of yourself. You know what else would work well? Drop 150. Maybe showering daily would be better.
That's the one that pissed me off the most, I think.
They
'Cause
are
we don't.
funky as hell. I doubt soap and water can get through those folds.
He needs to go to science class.
Yeah. This one I don't understand. At someone, you won't stink like hot spoiled bologna and mildew anymore. It's on Pam's Demon Crack Swap Shop too.
Yeah, no.
I think we're maybe a little
Sometimes
concerned
too
about
mature for
the mental
that.
health. Okay.
that one.
So yeah, I want to talk about those comments, and I'm going to give you the floor for this because that makes me hot and spicy.
Yeah. It's hard to read stuff like that because I think people forget that we are human. That, like, we are all human. And
Like you're not an animal.
we're not an animal. We have feelings.
You're not a creature.
We're not an it or a that or a whatever. We're humans with human bodies. And all human bodies stink. I don't care if you're a size
doesn't
2
matter.
or a 22. You are stanky. You are funky in
Yeah.
places that we are all funky.
It's gonna happen.
It's stress
fucking gonna
sweat,
happen.
right? It's regular sweat. Some people sweat more than others.
Hello.
It's a lot of different stuff. It's hormonal.
It's hormonal.
When you're on
Yeah.
your period, right? Like it's
Yeah.
you sweat more between your thighs. It's just
Yeah.
a thing, right? Okay. So what's going on with these people? Kelly, talk about your
100%
experience with these comments.
every single one of those people are projecting what they feel about themselves onto everyone else. So I've been in this game for so long that I can read that and actually laugh. But it's funny to me because I'm like, boy, you're just dumb.
Right.
But I am not okay with people out there that aren't in the same, we're all in our different stages of journey.
Right.
Yeah.
They aren't at the same spot that I am in my crop top and my tiny pants. Like they're not there yet, or
Right.
they may never get there. I don't want those people to have to see that because that is not reality and that is not truth.
And sometimes that can be the comment that ends it for somebody.
Right.
Yes.
Like, we don't know what people are going through.
You do have no
I
idea.
don't know if you have a chronic eating disorder or something that you've been battling your whole life, and then you're finally feeling good and you read a comment like that. That can be the spiral that sends you right back into
Right,
it.
or you like are insecure in general. Like me, I hate being on camera. I'm
She does.
I'm sweating in front of the microphone. But what if like somebody's friend talked them into doing this awesome video and they post it and these are the comments they get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't
It's
know
like-
if you do this, but like if I actively see those comments on my posts, I make an effort to go in and delete them.
Oh,
and
I
then
delete
block.
them because it's really pointless to
Yes.
interact. I mean, sometimes it's fun to interact and play. Like I like to play stupid sometimes. Be like, I don't understand,
I do
and
that
make
a
them
lot.
explain. And I've had people actually apologize when I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
you look real dumb here. Like, why
Yeah.
are you doing this?
I literally just
Oh.
made a video on TikTok. There's a commenter that said something along the lines of, losing weight is hard. You quit, and you're using liberation as your like excuse. And I made a whole video about it with photos of my life. And I have had an eating disorder since I was in high school. I was a size 4, a 2'4". I weighed 130 something pounds. I was a skeleton at the same height.
'Cause
I'm
you're so
almost 6
tall.
feet tall.
Yeah.
I had no period. I was losing my hair like crazy. I was just in the throes of it, right? And I did photos progressively throughout my life and all the things that were going on in my life when my body was like that. And I don't think people take that into consideration,
No.
that there is a whole outside world that you don't know a thing about in somebody's space.
Everyone's space.
Yeah.
Every single human being.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. That's
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, it got a shit ton of traction too, because people are like, I absolutely see my story in yours. Because obviously I live in a bigger body now. And I haven't loved my body this much, I don't think, ever.
Well, and again, we were just joking about how you
Yeah.
work out every day and like
Yeah, she's strong.
she wanted to get her miles in this morning and I'm like in my pajamas, not even washed my face yet. And I'm gonna get your miles in.
Yeah. There's so many stereotypes.
yeah.
So many stereotypes. Like, I'm a farmer and I grow my own food. And people are like, "Oh, you eat cheeseburgers every day." I don't even eat beef. But it's just this, like, I don't eat beef. And like people make these stereotypes and they focus it all. It's the whole around us society telling us it has never been about health. It is literally about appearance. Because health, literally for one, doesn't matter. Someone's health doesn't determine
Right.
their worthiness of love, respect, or happiness. But also, it's that person's business. It is no one else's.
Yeah.
And someone's health is their own journey and their own business. And it doesn't make someone less than.
Right.
So even with weight, because I know people in bigger bodies that are super healthy and smaller bodies less healthy.
Super less healthy,
yeah.
yeah.
But it's still nobody's business. And if you're going to look at
Right.
somebody and make a snap judgment, that says everything about you. Because I can look at anybody and just be like, hi. And not even think one thing like, oh, what's your BMI?
BMI made up index.
Do you have high cholesterol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Cashier? No, I don't think those things.
Right.
And that's because I'm happy in my life. And the people that are happy in their life aren't going on the internet to strangers saying awful things. So
Well-
I feel pity, but also I feel F you.
When people do it, my initial thing is I feel sad for them. I want to give them a hug because I know that when they look at somebody like me or you that are joyfully living our
They're
life,
like, how?
Right.
the audacity that they're like, the fucking audacity of this
You
person
should be
has.
miserable.
You should be miserable just
Yeah.
like me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, look,
No.
Karen, I'm not miserable.
Yeah.
I love my body.
Yeah.
What is your beef with your body?
Yeah.
Like
That's
you
exactly
are
right.
innately good.
Yep.
Society told you that you shouldn't feel that way, and that's on you for believing them.
Yeah. And it does take a long time because we were beat up a long time in society believing those things. So it does take a long time to undo. And I'm also a believer of you don't actually have to love yourself. You don't have to.
No.
You can work towards that. It doesn't mean you're not worthy of then receiving love, but you do have to give people the respect to choose what they want to do.
Just get to neutrality. That's what I ask.
Neutrality. Yes.
Like when I talk to my clients about this, they're like, I don't understand how you wake up and you like your body every day. I'm like, I don't.
No.
I'm a potato. Like some
Yes.
days I wake up and I'm like, wow, what in the world is happening here?
Truth.
And some days I'm like, oh, I know I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah.
I just want you to get to neutrality. I don't even need you in the positive space. I need you to know that your body is a tool that gets you from day to day, point to point, and it is doing its best to keep you alive.
Yep.
I don't give a shit if you feel good in your body all the time.
It's true.
Do I want you to? That's my hope. But we have this belief that we go from body disdain and hatred to body excitement and happiness, and there's no in between. Like, you can't just roll your rock up this hill and then push it off the ledge.
We're also a woman, and we go through
Yeah.
2 weeks of PMS and period a month. So
Yeah.
50% of the time we're on another level,
Right?
right?
The hormonal change our bodies go through every single month. Did not know that it's like an all month thing.
Oh, yeah.
Did not realize that. Thought it was just like 2 months. It's
No,
all
it's a
month long.
28-day cycle. Whereas
rough.
men's are 24-hour cycles.
Yeah. So,
So-
they go through all of it in one day.
day.
Yeah, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, also, in general, I've told both of you this offline, but you have helped my confidence too, because I don't care who you are. You're never 100% happy in your body all the time.
No.
Right? And there are people that work out every day and that are professional athletes, and maybe they're really comfortable with how they, all right? But in general,
Yeah.
you're going to go through spurts of like, and my body's changing. I'm turning 45 in a month, and like my body's different. And so I think I don't get the hate. I don't get the, well, you're so skinny. Why don't you eat a cheeseburger? Like, I don't really get that, right? But like, I still am really hard on myself. And I think it's like, we were talking about this. We were trying to unpack this because, I mean, honestly, you guys have helped me with my implicit bias in general, right? Like, but trying to unpack, like, feeling good in your skin and how you guys have motivated me to do that. And you were like, we were talking about this, and you said, because we have bigger bodies. And I was like, no, I'm not sure what it's about. It's like seeing you guys just so incredibly, I mean, even I have so many friends that are just uncomfortable in their bodies and they're size 2, 4, 6, right? And I think it's just like you're always trying to get your body to be how it was when you remember it to be like the best it ever was. And
Which is not real to begin with.
it's not real.
No.
Because
It was
every
a
time you look at-
perception.
yes.
And then you look at photos and you're like, that is not actually the story I've been telling myself.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like, when we look back on, let's just say, high school photos, we thought we were the biggest we were ever going to be. I was literally in the throes of an eating disorder, and I was like, I'm the biggest I'll ever be. Like, what the fuck? I look at photos now, and I just think, how sad was that sweet girl?
Yeah.
Like, and no one noticed. Like, I had maybe one coach ask me about it. The thing that got me out of it was my teammate almost died from the exact same thing.
Oh.
And I don't know if that is something that she tells the world, but we were on a volleyball team together. She was hospitalized because of a heart issue.
Yeah.
And it was literally like
From not eating?
from anorexia.
Yeah.
And I would take a Luna bar to school. I would pack a lunch because my parents needed me to pack a lunch.
Oh, they
right?
need to see it.
They need to see
Yeah.
it. I would walk in the door of my school and I would throw it away. Not even fucking give it to somebody. Like, what was I thinking? I would throw it away and I would spend all day eating off of one Luna bar. And I was playing basketball and volleyball at the time.
God.
Like, I literally was not eating. And then I would eat dinner and then I would sit myself down and do 100 push-ups and 100 crunches. And I was like body checking every day. Like, it was so aggressive. And I was talking to my therapist. I'm like, I don't think my parents even knew. And I asked my mom about it. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening to this. But
She's listening.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom.
Hey.
Hi.
Sorry. I just don't think she knew.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't. Like, and
Well,
I don't.
she thought you were eating your lunch.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't she think you're
because I
eating?
also had grown a bunch of inches. So,
Okay.
like, I had a growth spurt.
Yeah.
She was like, you just, like, leaned out. No, Mama.
No.
I wasn't eating. I was not eating.
Yeah.
It's so sad. And like that's why we are actually changing it for future generations. Like we're being the person that we needed when we were that age. Because like I grew up, I was always fat. I was put on diets when I was in elementary school.
Whoa.
Yeah. And that was normal. I was on Weight Watchers.
Weight
I was
Watchers,
on
I was
Genetic
gonna
Diet.
say.
I did the grapefruit diet, the Mayo Clinic diet. And that wasn't my mom telling me to do that. It was me. It was my dad who he thought he was helping me by being like, oh, no one's ever going to love you. You know, you will never get anywhere being fat. And I believed those things. He didn't know what he was doing. Now he realizes and apologizes every day to me. Like, you're beautiful, you're perfect. But my mom was always like, I think you're fine. And she was a skinny person. And she's like, I think you're fine. It was the rest of the world telling me, ew, oh, and I was always the stinky one. I wasn't stinky. I was always the farty one. At that time, I was not the farty one. Like, we were always the...
I am now, though.
I am now, though. But, like, it's weird what you then soak in. But it's changing. It's changing.
It's changing.
And then it's our jobs now. Like, we're going out there. We didn't have that.
Yeah.
We didn't have that.
Yeah. No, I mean, fat people are the most hated people, right?
It's the only class of people that is still... There's no laws protecting discrimination when there absolutely should be. Like there absolutely should be, because yeah, some fat people do have diseases, some fat people don't. But like you would protect a sick person, like, you know what I mean? Like there's all these different categories of people. There should be laws in place that there should not, fat phobia and fat discrimination, which happens in medical in
work.
jobs, in amusement parks. I mean, everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It's just legal to be treated like crap and be undiagnosed for your entire life and things like that. So, but it's changing. I do see the changing. I do see the light, and I'm glad it's happening. Like a lot of bigger people that I've talked to have been like, well, that's not fair to us. No, don't think that way. Like, just be like, yeah, finally these, like, to see these body positive kids in school with my kids, and it's not a thing anyone talks about. No one, like, they're like, yeah, they're bigger, but so, and I'm like, I always pick them out when I see the big ones. I'm like, oh, and the kids are like,
They're
yeah?
fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Well, that's why I want to do this. I want to have doctors on here. I want to have dietitians on here the dietitians who don't believe in diets.
Right.
I've reached out to like 20 of them.
oh, I love that.
So this is why I want to have this. And I also really hope that people that look like me are listening.
Well, it's a great place for you as a human who lives in a smaller body to become a really cool ally.
You are an actual, I was
This
thinking about
is an
this.
actual ally.
You are an actual
Like-
ally, because you do not exploit me. And I have worked with many brands. I have been
What
exploited.
does that mean? Like you say,
So
I don't exploit you, but I post
don't-
stuff you post. What do you mean?
No. Exploiting is when you don't actually care about my feelings or opinions on any of this. You care about making solely money off of me. You've cared about me more as a person than any of the money or any of the what I could even offer you. You've cared more about me as a human being, being treated as a human being. It is sad to say that, but I am not treated like a human being most of the time.
I don't understand.
That's why I
what
only
you're
work
saying.
with,
Like I don't even know what that means.
because you're a real, you're a good
Like,
human.
what is
You're a real
that? Give
ally.
me an example. Tell a story without saying a name.
Okay, so a brand reached out to me, wanted to work with me because I have a large following and I can make them a lot of money. And so I was like, oh, cool. Here are some things I noticed that you're doing that is actually not a good idea because it is actually fat phobic things that you're doing. And they were like, no, I don't care. Plain and simple. And I'm like, but what you're doing is actually kind of dangerous to the cause that you say you're fighting for.
Okay.
And they go, eh. But if I said that to you, you'd go, you have done that.
Yeah,
But I've been like,
yeah.
actually, that's not a good idea. And you've been like, I never knew. Thank you for telling me. Moving forward, that is a new thing I know now.
Yeah.
So that.
That's true.
You do that often. The other thing that you do really well is you're going to fuck up on things.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know that you're like, I don't know how to say this in a way that isn't offensive, but if you could help me,
Yeah.
help me.
Yeah.
And we're like, cool, let's talk about it. You know, like
We should unpack that. We should think about that honestly, and maybe the listeners can reach out to us and have ideas about this. But like, let's unpack shit. Let's have like the really hard conversations.
fucking hard conversations.
Like, this just popped into my mind, and it was something I was thinking about earlier. Is like, people don't understand the word fat,
they don't.
right? Like, I don't think I would have used it as openly as I'm using it now, right? But fat is okay to say. It's like
an adjective.
people want to say, well, we should talk about African American. We shouldn't say black. It's like, no, they're black. Just say
Yeah.
black. It's like they're fat. Just say fat, right?
Yeah.
And you guys are like, that's fine. That's not a negative connotation, but because in my world, I'm size, I've been size 2'4" my whole life.
Yeah.
And like, don't call people fat.
It was
Don't
taught.
say the word fat, right?
It was taught to you that
right?
way. Like, it was
because
never-
everybody's always using it as a negative connotation. She's
And
fat.
I think it differs person to person. I always show up where somebody wants to be. Like, I meet them where they are.
Yes.
If somebody still finds fat offensive,
I don't say it.
I don't say
yes,
it.
you're right.
And how
right?
do you know?
And
how do you know?
They tell you or you ask them.
I ask.
Yeah.
And
So-
like, we have fat, just like we have toes. We're not toes.
Yeah.
I am not fat
So-
in the
so
sense
for-
that I'm fat. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but the people out there that don't understand what you just said. So you said, well, I just asked them.
Yeah.
Tell me what that means. So I'm talking to someone. How do I know when it's time to ask them if it's okay to say the word fat?
Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable with that word?
Okay.
And they'll go, not really. I prefer plus size bodies, or like people use like fluffier words.
so
that I don't
as it
really
comes
like.
up in a dialogue or a call or a conversation
Yeah.
with somebody that you don't know, and it's time to say the word fat or plus size or whatever,
You say it,
ask
Are
them.
you
you
comfortable?
watch their
I see.
reaction. This is what I do. I say it and I watch their reaction and I go, hey, I like to ask, is this okay if I say the word fat? It's how I approach when I'm shooting in my studio. I say beautiful and stunning a lot. I go, does that feel good in your body?
That's good.
Does that resonate with you? Does that feel good?
Yeah.
Or are you okay with me saying that? And sometimes they want it to be handsome. Sometimes they want it to be stunning. Sometimes they want something that's less like beautiful, right? So I just work around that. And it's honestly just asking the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Because you're not doing
just
anything
like-
wrong by saying that.
Right. That's fair. We should make that very clear. You're not doing anything wrong by saying it. You're more so trying to understand what makes the other person you're speaking to comfortable.
Think of it as if you were asking someone, excuse me, can I ask what your pronouns are?
I was just going to
It's like the
segue
same
into that.
lines. Like, you're just being respectful
Right.
as heck, which is
Right.
great.
And I would rather create space for somebody to tell me that they don't like something rather than just bulldoze my way through.
I used to bulldoze.
A lot of people
Because I also bulldozed a lot of subjects. Like, I'm always anti-diet, but I used to be anti-weight loss surgery. And I was always like, that.
This is a tough one.
Yeah, I'm
one.
anti-weight loss surgery. It took me a long time to realize it is not my story. It's their
Right.
story. Even though for me, that is not something at this junction in life I feel I would ever need. But if someone else chooses to do that, I will still support them and love them. Now, once after that, if they talk really negatively about their former body and shame themselves, I wouldn't be comfortable with that, and I'd have to step away from that friendship. But if someone decides, I have friends that have had weight loss surgery that have died. I have had friends that have had weight loss surgery and have never mentioned it, have just lived their lives and not made it about that. And they did it because they needed to do it. And I've had friends come to me and be like, I'm going to lose you as a friend, aren't I? And that breaks my heart because 10 years ago it would have.
I don't think anybody understands I don't think people who look like me understand what you mean by that. So so you're saying someone gets
Weight loss surgery.
wants to get weight loss surgery
Yes.
and comes to you and says, I'm going to lose you as a friend?
Yeah.
Unpack that.
Because old me was like, I felt like my identity was solely attached to being a fat person in a fat body, and either you were in or you were out.
So meaning you were only friends with fat people?
No, I was friends with everybody, but I felt like if you
didn't want to be
sold out, which is so stupid to say now. I mean, there are some actors and stuff that do that simply for monetary reasons, and I'm like, but it's still not my story. And if you decide to do that, I get to then make my reaction. Like, you get to react, I get to react. And if that's what you want to do, but now I'm in a healthier place where I'm like, I don't care if you want to lose weight or gain weight. If that's what you need to do to make yourself happy or have plastic surgery, I used to also be like, oh my God, plastic surgery? No, get it all.
Listen, I'm here for something.
I'm here. I support.
I'm here for whatever the fuck you want.
Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do, I'm going to support. But there is this stigma in the community where it's super anti-weight loss surgery. And I didn't feel this way until I got very sick and lost 200 pounds. Like, it sucks that it had to be that way, but I felt the brunt. And there are still people to this day, if you go through my comments, I try to delete them, people telling me how horrible I look and how I betrayed the community by being
Let's take
sick.
a beat because I think this is really important.
Yes.
So what did you weigh before, if you're comfortable sharing?
Well, at one point I was 600 pounds.
Okay. And so the story that you're quickly telling, because we all know it, we've all talked about it privately, is you weighed more.
Yeah,
You
much
weigh
more.
less now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that journey.
Yeah. I basically got sick, but it wasn't traditional, you're fat sick. It was my autoimmune diseases.
Okay.
And it was the trauma that I experienced coming out. You guys taught me this. You know, that was you.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
then
I
I went
remember.
to a psychiatrist and they're like, oh yeah, you don't have those issues. It's your trauma. And now that I've processed the traumas, I'm finally at such a good point.
Yeah.
But I lost all this weight really quickly and it actually hurt me. And the
In what way?
doctors, I have more autoimmune diseases and diseases now, and I'm in more pain now than I was at 600 pounds. 600 pounds, I didn't have any of those issues.
Okay.
I mean, I am finally at the healthiest point of my life, but it has nothing to do with weight. And the doctors that I have now are like, your weight loss hurt you. Your weight loss hurt you. It is actually very painful and harmful to lose
that much weight.
quickly. Like, it is,
I see.
It is actually
super-
bad, but
it's
nobody
super
talks
bad
about
for-
it.
yeah.
Like,
Okay.
and I have friends that have weight loss surgery, their hair's all gone.
Yeah.
And they've died 10 years later from malnutrition. Like, it's actually really, really dangerous.
It's hard.
It
Okay.
is.
So I am on the
Yeah.
flip side of that. Like you're okay with weight loss surgery.
Well, I just for me.
My
like,
belief is the person can decide whatever they want to decide.
Yeah.
It's their body, right?
It's their body.
It is not my story. I don't give a fuck. Where I feel like it sort of crosses over for me is people that have built their entire platform and their entire following on the fat community. They realize that they can make more money as a thin person.
That.
Decided to then become thin and make it their entire personality.
That's a thing.
That's very much
I don't like that.
It's very much.
But then that's
very
when
much
we
a thing
like
right
I
now.
don't know anything
remove
about
ourselves.
this.
That happens. Like
And
famous people, Rebel Wilson.
Thank you. Rebel Wilson, Adele,
and they made it a thing, and it's gross because it's
very weird.
I don't know. I want to push back on that. I'm obsessed with Adele. I've watched
so am I.
all of her interviews and read, and she says, let me make sure I get this right. When she went through her divorce, she went into a deep, dark depression and was like very, very, very low. And in her interviews that I watched, she said the only thing that helped her was working out, which I can relate to that. I didn't have any working out in COVID, and my mental health was like shit.
See, look at me making assumptions about somebody that I know nothing about.
Yeah, I don't know
that
Adele's
right
story.
there is intent. That is like our bias that happens. That's ingrained in us.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know
I
Adele's
generally
story.
made that assumption. And look at me putting my foot in my mouth.
So,
you see what I'm saying?
And Oprah said, this was the Oprah interview, by the way. And Oprah says to her, like, what do you say to these people? And she goes, honestly, I don't care. I was
good.
working out for my mental health, and I lost weight.
If she
I didn't
feels
care
better-
about, and she said, I don't care about my weight. I'm going to gain weight. Maybe I'll gain it all back. I don't care.
Oh, I love
don't
that.
care about the weight.
I love
She's like,
that.
I'm just in the gym because I was
That's what you
like
needed.
so depressed. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really important to like, and I don't know Rebel Wilson's story at all. I don't know shit about her.
She did a real bad interview.
Real bad
interview.
interview.
and
She
shit all over
just
the
she
plus
just
size
got
community.
fat on purpose to be the fat
Oh, she
joke.
said that.
She
literally
literally
said
that.
did the fat thing, and then once you got famous, whoop, and kicked us to the curb, and then just talks really badly about fat
Really.
people.
She does?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Saz is on these weight loss campaigns and
Yeah,
stuff.
because I didn't want to
So-
believe it either, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh,
Damn it. So that is where my
I see.
my threshold is.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
don't be the person that builds an entire community around the fact that you're fat. And
Or
then
lie about it.
Or lie about it. Or it's the same way I feel about actors putting on fat suits. There are 10 million
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
fat people in this world that can play
Use
those
a fat
roles,
actor.
and you choose not to.
a trans movie.
What
He's
is
a
that
trans
about?
actor.
What is that about?
There is something very palatable about a fat person with a thin face.
Gwyneth Paltrow in a fat
So
suit.
if you think about fat people, we also have fat on our face and our neck.
But
if you think about somebody
Yeah.
like This Is Us, remember?
Well, I was
he
going
wore a
to
fat
ask
suit.
about that because what popped into my head was, did they want him to do the fat suit because he was going to play a thin character and go through that, or like, I don't
fucking
know.
knows?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't.
There's
make that
tons of
sound.
movies like
but
that
there's a
where they
ton of
make
movies
fun.
like that, and
You're
so
right, yeah.
that's the piece that I
Yeah.
really struggle with.
I feel like that's different. That's like, yeah. And as far as influencers, there's been influencers that just didn't talk about it out of fear, and I do feel bad for them, but there's been influencers that have strictly been like, no, I did not
Did not what?
have weight loss surgery, and it's like they did and they
Oh.
lied about it. Don't do that.
Let's just be honest about it.
Just be honest about it. And if you lose, I've lost 6,000 followers from my weight loss and from becoming.
Oh yeah, let's go back to that because you went quickly and you said you should see my comments, blah 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 blah. But talk about okay, you were Kelly Belly Ohio at 600, and now you're Kelly Belly Ohio at whatever, right? And so you lost, what did you say, 200 pounds?
Yeah.
So it's like, talk about the journey of your following and the comments and sort of how that unfolded.
I noticed things changing and people being like, ew, what happened to you? You look terrible. That's a sick thing to say to anyone, but it's
Because
weird.
you were losing weight.
Because I was
Yes.
losing weight.
Okay.
But then there was others that were like, girl, what are you doing? I would love your diet tips. Oh, you want to know what I've been doing?
I'm shitting my pants.
Shitting, barfing, shit barf. Do you want to do that? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a fun time.
Yeah.
Because still to this day, 2 days ago, someone's like, you're so inspiring. I can see that you look so different and you're so much happier. I am happier because I have fallen back in love with myself. In love
Yes.
with myself,
And
my
your
body is
mental
going to
health
go
is
up.
better.
It's going to go
Yes.
down. My mental health is finally at the best it's been
Yeah.
in 3 years.
I'm really proud of you.
It was hard.
I'm really,
It
really,
was
really
you
proud of
guys
you.
that were like, Kelly, you deserve so much more than you allow yourself.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, you were right.
Yes.
But so I'm at a better
I
place.
feel like
but
you're still on that journey, but
Oh,
like
yeah,
every single
absolutely.
time I talk to you,
just
you've
gets better and
shedded
better.
a layer of shit
Yes,
you didn't
ego
need.
death. Ego
Yeah,
death.
I just love it.
I no longer feel I am a person in a fat body, but I am not just a fat body. I no
Right.
longer want to be simply consumed. And I have been consumed for 15, actually more like 20 years. I've been consumed. And I'm now flipping
Because
that.
did you? I'm putting words in your mouth, but did you feel like that was your role?
Yes.
Why?
Because I did that to myself. Well, because I suddenly felt like, oh, I don't want to let these people down because now they depend on me. And that's sad because that's not actually truth. I have to depend on me.
Right.
And I'm only obligated to me and
your
my
kids.
family
And your
my
fam-
kids.
that's
And
right.
that is it.
Yep.
And now that I've made that change, That's nice. So I don't care if I lose following. I don't. Whatever happens is going to happen.
Well,
as
it's
long
like
as
you're
I'm
going to
meeting-
lose the people who held on to you for the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons.
And you're going to gain people
Yes.
who want to hang on to you for the right
I
reasons.
mean, it's ultimately been a leveling up, in my
Very much
opinion.
that.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it just, it's like a reduction in essence where
I'm losing gross dudes, so
like,
I'm not really that
yeah.
mad.
So like you've been
just
on
gross
this
dudes.
flame forever, and it's like starting to like pare down to the people that actually really
Yeah.
support you. And
Yeah.
to me, that's like the most beautiful.
Who've been along
So
the whole
beautiful.
ride.
Like I just
It
love
is.
that. And
that
like,
have known me for this entire 20
Yeah.
years, 15 years. It is beautiful. I like it.
It's what COVID did for me.
Yeah.
We've talked about this.
We've talked about this.
I have shedded.
Yeah.
And I felt very isolated, and I felt like I was in solitary confinement. And then, like, looking back now, I'm like, everyone that is around me is like,
intended to be there.
I just am. I can't believe it.
Soul
I'm
family.
just so happy to like. So it, and I'm not comparing my journey to yours, but I am saying that shedding is like so freeing.
It is.
but it's really fucking hard.
And it's hard. And like
because
I
you feel
think,
you don't know what's happening when it's happening.
well, and my mom sent me this the other day, and I don't know I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about friendships like a rocket booster. So you know when a rocket is launched, there's all the little supports around it.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
start the engines, and then it gets shot into the sky. And as it goes closer to its path, its destination, which is outer space, it starts to shed the bits,
true.
the pieces,
Yeah.
right, that are not needed anymore. They
Yep.
were needed at the time and the place, but they're not going in the same direction as you, right?
No.
And so they start to fall off, and it's okay. It's okay.
Because it doesn't mean you don't have
It
love
did-
for those people.
Absolutely.
But you
Right.
you can outgrow people.
Yep.
You can also grow back into people. Like
And
even
even
my
if it
husband
was
and I.
atrocious and it was horrendous, they were there for a time and
Yes.
place.
Yes.
And
And a reason.
It's true.
Jinx. 1, 2, 3, 10.
Poke, poke.
Oh.
I win. You owe me champagne. I don't know.
Okay, I have. You haven't even.
You were gonna
drank
say
yours.
Coke, but we don't
You didn't even
drink
drink
Coke.
yours.
I'm sweating. I don't know what to tell you.
It's hot. It's hot in here.
I'm about to
And
take my whole sweater out.
We're like under the
why-
KFC
we're-
chicken lights.
You don't stink,
rotisserie.
though.
I
We're
don't
little-
stink.
No.
I smell like vanilla
Shameless
right now.
plug.
We never be stanky.
Icky plug.
Never stanky. I
Okay,
get
so
comments about that all the time, by the way.
Can I have
Like,
a little?
you
I'm just
smell
having
great.
some champagne. I mean,
This is pretty good. What is this?
Who pours champagne like that?
I don't know. It was a present.
You poured it like a toddler getting a glass of milk.
There, that.
May I have some milk, toddler?
Okay.
Thanks. Oh, it's a little shaky.
Listen, Linda.
Thanks.
Okay.
My mom's name is Linda, and I do that all the time. Linda, listen, Linda.
I'm gonna go to Grandma's house and get some cupcakes.
Oh, it's so nice and cold.
Okay.
Best investment.
Anyway, funny.
This was lovely. Okay, so let's. I want while we have Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to.
What can I do for you?
Travel.
What?
Travel. I want you to talk about plus size travel.
That's my jam.
Yeah.
I
so,
love that.
One of the things that was so impressive when we met Kelly is that she just goes wherever she wants,
I do
whenever
what I
she
want.
wants.
I do what I
Super
want.
supportive
I do what I
husband.
want. Yeah.
You can just
I love
you
him
just
so
do your
much.
thing.
I have the best husband in the world.
And you like created an Amazon store. You have literally like you are going to do like a trip that is focused on plus size people eventually.
Yeah.
That's something that your dream you will do.
Yeah.
And so I want you to talk about travel. Break it
Travel.
down like specific
Yes.
chunks.
And this is
We
hardship that
deserve
people don't talk
travel.
about.
Right.
No,
Like,
because
You're
it's
doing a trip, so
scary.
you know all about this.
Yes, but
Yes.
it's scary.
It's scary.
It is scary to have to ask for a seatbelt extender. It's scary to have to go to a
Will you
place
fit?
and not know if you can go from the hotel reservation desk to your room.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. Like we stayed at a resort last year down in Mexico. They literally could only put you on buggies. This resort was so fucking enormous. Well, the
Oh.
buggies would only come occasionally. And
Oh.
like, I don't understand how, like, if I am in a body that cannot be mobile like that, that is so scary.
So
But
ableist.
it's navigatable.
Yes.
Right. There's things that
There
you
are
can
ways.
do. So I remember when you were doing your travel stuff, people were like, you said, what are you scared about? Talk about when you asked that question, what
Even
people
today,
were scared about.
because I did it.
You did
I
it
did it
today.
today, and people are afraid. Okay, because I always say, if you need the assistance, use the assistance, and do not be
assistance.
afraid. You will never see these people again. Actually, they know me by name at the airport now, so I,
like
will
that.
see these people again.
Yeah.
But still, they're nice, but
you kind of like that.
yeah, I like that because they're great people.
She
But when you're
likes
at an airport, who cares what anyone else is saying? If
No.
you need an assist to make your life more comfortable and you be in less pain, you use it.
Focus
It can
on what
be
you
scary.
need and not what other
Yes.
people think.
And like I know it is so hard because even
Yeah,
still,
it's
as I'm
easy
being
for me
pushed
to
in a wheelchair sometimes, and I get the scoffs. First I'm like, but then I'm like, Because, like, I don't know you. You don't know me. I'm going to go do what I need to do so I can have a good time.
Yeah.
But use the assistance that's available. When you check in, because I fly only Southwest. They do not pay me to say any of this, but I need people to understand.
They should pay Southwest.
I know.
You need to pay
They
Kelly.
really do.
Because she really talks about you all the time.
I have over 1,000 people who have flown because of my stuff. So I'm like,
a lot of
that's
money.
money.
We need to call Southwest.
Call them up. Call
Southwest.
You just say Kelly Bailey Howell.
I didn't
Because
mean
they
like
sent me
literally in the
swag.
mic. I meant like on the phone.
No, I'm putting it in the
Oh,
email.
yes. Because they did send me a swag bag.
Manifest.
When they saw the traction, they sent me a swag bag, like a briefcase.
Oh, really? That's not money, bitch.
No, not money, because fat people are usually free. But anyways,
Okay. That's a whole nother.
that's a whole.
That is a
you
whole
should
other
do
episode.
that.
Okay.
You should
By the
do
way,
that.
it's not up to me. It's up to us. I think I would like to ask you if our podcast name could be Unpack This.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
God, yes.
Unpack
Let's
this.
unpack.
Unpack this.
Oh, that just gave me the goosies.
It
That's
did
so
it?
good.
I knew it. Okay, that's it.
High five to you. High five to you.
All right.
That
Oh,
was
wait.
so good. That was sad. You missed by 6 miles. That's okay.
I'm
Inches from each other.
It was like,
Okay, I don't stink though.
anyways.
Don't move around
But at
too
least
much,
you don't
'cause my
unpack
pants are
this.
actually
We're gonna need an air conditioner.
Yeah, I'm a little
next
sweaty. But you know what?
I'm about to take that you are a badass book and stuff with it.
It's these lights. These lights are warm.
I think it's the lights.
It's the above light.
Oh,
No,
the lack
I don't
of-
know.
Okay,
sweet,
anyway.
sweet
Anyways.
relief.
All right,
So-
so Southwest is gonna pay you.
So, one day. Okay, so I travel
Let's
through
unpack
all my
Yeah.
brands, through all my personal, through all my work. I only travel Southwest. Why? Because they are the only airline. I hear there's like Alaskans jumping on board, but
the Alaskan airline. I thought
Yeah.
you meant like Alaskan people.
no, the airline.
That's very
they're
strange. I'm
considering
sorry
doing
about
this,
that.
or they are doing this. I don't know. Anyways, so when you check in, you no longer have to buy 2 seats if you're a plus size person.
You
And-
used to have to do that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was real expensive, so I didn't travel.
Sorry.
I barely traveled. But so now you no longer have to buy the second seat. You can still buy the second seat. You will always be refunded. If you got it like that, then you got it like that, and you
Then
do
you
that.
do-
But
you
I
do it.
I don't got it like that.
But explain what to do.
But what I've been doing this whole time is just showing up from when I go with other people.
Yeah.
And when I get a check-in, they usually will be like, hey, we're going to give you the customer size policy. Or they won't say anything. They'll just give it to me. Or I've been like, hey, I would like to use the customer size policy. I have never once in my 60 to 100 flights, at this point, I don't even know anymore, has it been no. And the guidelines
So it's
is
called customer what?
customer of size, COS
Customer
policy.
of size policy.
You can say that, and they'll be like, okay. And they give you a free second seat. Even if your plane is fully booked, it does not matter. They secret usually have 1 to 2 seats.
Oh, they save for this.
Yeah, but they don't tell anybody that. They're like, we can't tell anybody that. But also, even if they oversold the flight, they will offer a huge compensation. You get your ticket refunded, and you get a free flight, and they give you here's some money. They give you a bunch of
Okay.
stuff. So everyone wants
So-
it. Everyone, I can actually hear it over the speaker sometimes. Like, anybody want to get free this, free this, free this, and
I
people
do it every
run.
time. I literally run every time.
Run
if
to
I don't
get
have
it.
to be somewhere on time,
Then go.
Every time.
Yeah, so it's never been a problem in all my 60 to 100 flights. I don't even know anymore. But I check in, and they give me the second one. The second ticket says seat reserved, and you put it on the seat next to you.
Oh.
Okay? It's very nice.
That is cool.
And I do that because everyone tries to sit by me, and I'm like, sir, ma'am, there is 1 inch on this seat. You want to be in my butt? No. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
But anyways, so
But wait, what I'm trying to follow here. So I get out of my car. Where's the wheelchair?
once you get dropped off and you walk in to the check-in,
Okay.
once you get there, you can ask for a wheelchair assist, or you can click it on the website,
Okay.
and they already know, and they get you a wheelchair. This time,
we prefer that. I worked at an airline. Do
I
that.
like to pre-do it, but I have been fortunate enough to be mobile again. So I haven't, but sometimes I'm not. And today, the TSI line was wrapped around the building, and I knew that it would hurt me, and I would not be having a good time right now if I had to do that. So I said, I would like a wheelchair assist. And they said, yes, will you sit down right here until we get you a chair?
To the checkout. This is when you're checking in.
Yeah, right when you're checking in.
Got it.
So I sat down. I'll be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, the wheelchair people aren't the friendliest.
They're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
And sometimes
And they look at
will
me and
leave
go,
you.
Oh.
they'll scoff. But you know what? I tip them, and
Oh, you tip them.
I do tip
Yeah.
them.
Do you tip them ahead of time or when
No,
you're
I
done?
tipped them after. Today, I didn't know I was going to have a wheelchair assist, and I only had a 50. And I was like, ma'am. So I asked for her Venmo and Cash App, and she was really mean to me. And I was like, can I Cash App you? And she was like, I don't have that. And I was like, never mind. I tried to even joke with her. It was not a good time, but
Well,
whatever.
so on site in airports, there is an entire company that does just wheelchair
Yes,
assist.
it
I
is
see.
not by
It's not by
Southwest. Because when I
Southwest.
had an issue, when someone left me in a corner and literally left me and said, I'm not pushing her, they literally said that, I was traumatized. And I called Southwest and they're like, oh, that's not us. And it was another company.
Yeah.
And they basically said, sorry. And that's all I got from them. So
Right.
whatever. But they're not going to be like, it's not going to be a terrible experience. It'll be fine. But if you are, I can fit in a regular wheelchair, but I couldn't for most of my flights. I had to get, they called it a Cadillac. They're not supposed to do that, but they go, can we get the Cadillac? And it is a bariatric chair. Southwest is notorious for not having the good, the ones that have the arms go down? Mm-hmm. Those are the good ones.
Yeah.
They can accommodate anyone. Southwest, sometimes they don't have the best, but they'll get you. Mm-hmm. You skip the TSA line. You go right up to TSA. You stand up.
They push the chair through.
They push the chair through. If you have to do the body scanner. Today I did not. Today, with all my stuff on and shoes, they let me walk through a metal detector. I was fine. Thank you, God. I already took my shoes off, though. That was rough. But anyways, when you do the body scanner, this is another tip. As a big body, we call it a bulk check. They do not call it that, but you will need to have a rub down because it shows masses here, 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 and they can take you to a separate room. Don't waste your time. They're just going to run their hands around your waistband. Wear tight-fitting clothes if you can, like leggings, if you're going to do it, and spread a little extra wide. I've never gotten through. I always get the bulk check, but they're very nice, and they joke with me, and it's no big deal. It's just a quick rub down to make sure you're not hiding something. It's just fat. And I always go, you want to take me on a date? And they think it's funny, and it always goes fine. It's never been a problem.
Right.
So that's going to probably happen to you. Don't worry about it. Don't let it stop you. It is no big deal. They're doing it to everybody. Get through. So then
Okay,
they push you to your gate.
Okay, so want to get away plus, check in, ask for the wheelchair.
Yep.
Hope you get a nice one.
Make sure
Yeah.
you check your bag.
Okay.
Check your bag. You have to check your bag.
Do not have a carry-on luggage if you're doing a wheelchair assist.
No.
Always check your bag. Their first bag is free. Take
It's two. You get
advantage of
two.
it.
Southwest, you get 2 bags free.
So,
Oh, wow.
like when I worked at a different airline, but if somebody said, no, I want to keep my bag with me, I would always ask, is it for medical reasons or just ease? And it was always for ease. And I'm like, it's not easier. You
It's
have no
not.
help to get them in the overhead bins.
Right.
You have no help to get them down. You're
It
relying on
makes
other
me feel
passengers.
panicked. I don't like it.
Now you have a bag to deal with as well as somebody who's helping transport.
Yep.
It's a disaster. So
Check your bags.
Check your bag.
Check your bag. Check
All
your
right.
bag. Don't worry
Bring
about
your
that stuff.
medication, but check your bag.
I
All right.
wear comfortable clothes, loose-fitting shoes, tight pants, a fanny pack. It's not on right now. And I do carry a backpack because I can strap that to my body.
Yeah.
And it has chargers, books, a snack, empty water bottle, and like a blankie because I'm a cold person. So anyways, you get taken to your gate. Now, because you've done the customer of size policy, you automatically get a pre-board. Now, please know this. If you are with someone, they get to pre-board with you. If you have a wheelchair assist, if you have a pre-board, whatever it is, you get to take a companion. Mm-hmm. And so I actually like to make friends with other people that are plus size and that haven't used the customer size. And I'm like, do you want to be my companion? And they go, what?
Do you want to be
And
my
I'm
friend?
like, hey, would you like extra seat space? You didn't do this, but I did this. And
Right.
because some people don't know about it. And I will just befriend I do this as often as I can. And I'm like, you want to sit with me so you can be comfortable because I have a free seat. And they're always like, oh my God, thank you. So
'Cause
So
it's
how do
scary
you know
flying in a
when to
bigger body.
board? Like, they're like
they call pre-board up. So what I do is they like say wheelchair. I go up 5 minutes before pre-board and I say, hey, do you see this back here and this up here? I will whack an old person and I could take them out. Do you want that? No. So can I pre-board before those people? And they go, oh my gosh, you're hilarious. Yes, get on before those people because I have taken out a few oldies in my day. And they don't like it.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, and so it's easier if I just get on first. It's just easier. And they get it and it's funny. It is funny.
okay, but what if I'm an introvert and I'm shy and this is the first time I've ever
And
traveled?
you just
What do
get
you
up
want
there.
me to do?
You just get up there.
Get up there and do what?
Stand
So,
there until it's
stand there.
pre-board.
If you have a wheelchair, get yourself situated right by the
Yeah,
desk.
if you have
Okay.
the wheelchair, they're going to put you 1st. So you're going to be up there already, so you ain't going to worry about
All
that.
right.
But if you're a customer of size, just get up there. And then, so when you get on, if you fly on Southwest, 787, 700, the first front row has armrests that go up. I like that front row
Yes.
because it has all the front. You do not get to keep your carry-on with you. You have to put it above, but you can stand right up when the plane lands. Where if you go to the next row in the 787, 800, they do not have a front row that goes up. So I have to go to the second row.
It's a thing.
Southwest needs to pay her.
You have to know this.
I study this so well. And that was what my second plane was today. And I was like, not the 800. And they're like, how you know about this? I was like, you don't even know, ma'am. Because it's hard for me with all of this to like slide out and like get up and get my stuff. I don't like that. But
so you want to be in that first seat.
you want to be in that front row.
Okay.
It is easier for everyone involved. It just is. You take that seat that says seat reserved, the ticket that says seat reserved, you set it next to you, and then put your
In the
headphones
seat.
on and ignore everyone so they stop trying to sit with you.
Okay, so you're saving your seat to let people know, hey, this is my.
Yes, it says
this is
seat
my-
reserved.
Yeah.
And then someone will sit in that third seat and then try to be your best friend, which I had a best friend situation today, and I was like, I just want to
I'm too tired for this.
Oh no,
was.
headphones on.
He was
Do
very
not
nice.
fucking talk to me on a plane. I hate flying, and I'm the kid that like pretends like she's rocking to music because I hate turbulence, and I like bebop, and if
I
my
should have
body's
done that.
moving,
I should have
and
done that.
The
I
plane's
had
moving, I don't know
headphones
what's
in.
moving.
I
And
have
he
a
was like-
breathing exercise
He's like,
I
where
do.
are you from? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But then we exchanged business cards, and he was like, I have to tell you something. The reason I talked to you was because my daughter is plus size. Would you be her friend? And he showed me the picture of his plus size wife and his plus size daughter, and they were so cute. And I was like, it was actually cute in the end.
That's
it was
really
cute. And he was like, can she call you? And I was like, sure, strange man. But it was actually cute.
Fuck all the way the fuck
It was
off.
cute.
Oh,
he was
no.
going. He was going to Chicago for a trade show, and I found all about what he is. The Veterans for Christ, and I was like, oh, don't look at my Instagram. Don't look at my Instagram.
We gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was very nice, and he had a fat daughter. It was very cute. It was very cute. But like, I wasn't planning on that for my day,
No.
and like he kept like
No,
So-
he tapped you?
so many times.
Don't fucking touch me.
Don't touch
Because
me.
like I would like
Do not touch
I was
me.
like doing
I-
this and like
I
put
will
my head up.
touchy.
Yeah, it was rough.
Literally, don't touch me.
No.
He just wanted to tell me all about his daughter, and I didn't understand why until the
I
end.
do want to
when he
hug the
pulled
shit
up
out of
photo.
you. If I know you, like I'm a cuddly.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
I'm talking
I don't
about
know you.
strangers.
Stranger
I'm
danger.
talking about
He tapped me
men.
so many times.
Stranger men touch
Yeah.
me. Watch what happens.
He wanted to be my best friend because
You
he was like,
think
"What do you
Henry's
do?"
bad?
He's like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "Actually, I am a plus size model, but I do social media." And that sparked. I don't know. I hope I made his day.
You probably did.
And his
Talk to us
daughter.
about the
Yes.
seatbelt extenders.
Yes.
Okay, so I step on the plane. I see the lady, and I go, "Hey, can I have a seatbelt extender?" Usually they give it to me right then. If not, I sit down and they bring it to me. It is just that simple. It is no big deal. Just do it. Do not go online and buy one. That is actually illegal. Do not do that.
Oh.
It's actually illegal to do that. And I didn't know that. And I put it on my Amazon
I was just gonna
Amazon
ask about that.
storefront, and I had to hurry and remove it. That is
Oh.
illegal. Don't do that.
Why do they sell it if it's illegal?
It's not
Why do they sell
regulated.
anything? Those,
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just
Also,
asked that.
fun fact about seatbelts on airplanes. You know how sometimes they fit and sometimes they don't?
yeah.
It's because as they wear and tear, they're built so that they cut them.
Oh.
Yeah. So as the seatbelt wears out, the seatbelt
Because
gets
some are
shorter.
like really, and I can pull
Yeah.
it real tight. And the other
So
ones I'm
newer
like
planes-
barely fitting it.
And I don't know if it's for every airline, but newer planes have the really long seatbelt, and you fit great. An older plane, they have.
I had the
progressively cut
opposite
them.
today. The 700, which is the older versions, I had so much zip, but in the 800, it was a zip. And I was like, but,
Yeah.
and I have used, when I was 600 pounds, I used 2 seatbelt extenders. No big deal, just do it. And then once they didn't have 2, and they said, you just shove it. And I shoved it, and I'm like, it's on. And they're like, shh. So they'll accommodate you. Also, they treat you like a princess. I have been treated
Also,
so well.
Flight attendants oftentimes are treated horrendously. They are
I
literally
can't even imagine
just
being a flight
a
attendant.
pawn in this big cog, and
Yes.
they don't feel like they're being treated like humans.
true.
If you can just take 2 seconds, and if you want to be really nice, get them fucking coffee. If you
Oh.
if you really
How do you
want,
do that?
you literally just get them coffee. You get them a normal caramel macchiato.
Where
just
do you
get
do that?
I
You,
get
like
it in
outside
there.
the plane?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not.
No,
not
bring them
right.
Starbucks,
Or
or
what
bring
about
them
COVID?
bring them $5 Starbucks cards.
Somebody was
Like,
saying
Ooh, I
to
like
get like
that.
a little
They-
bag of goodies for them, and
They
they love
love
I like
when
that.
you treat them like humans
Interesting.
because
It's
they
true.
don't get treated like humans.
They
a
always
lot.
thank me.
Yeah.
They're always like, "Oh, you were so fun.
You
It
were
was so
so
pleasant.
fun. You were so friendly."
And I'm like, yeah,
It's
because your job's
because
rough.
they're literally getting yelled at all day. That is
Yeah.
their job. Working for an airline is one of the hardest things I've ever done. I hated it. It was horrendous.
So sucking.
I moved to Denver to work for this airline.
Ooh, Denver
specifically.
Airport's I don't like that airport.
The worst airport
It's the
ever.
worst.
It is almost a mile
There's a
from
cult
where
there.
you check into the gates. It's
It's
literally a
bad.
hike. It's
Have
bad.
you been there?
It's
I
just
have
such
been
a
to Denver. I don't remember the airport,
The
and I
airport
love
I've been
it
there
so
a
bad.
million times because that's
Okay.
when I work in Seattle. I have to go there.
Yeah. So like, if you treat the flight attendants like they're an actual human, and you're asking them for things,
Yeah.
bring them a $5 Starbucks.
That's a good
gift
thought.
card.
I will do that from now on.
Like it's
That's
not
great.
A lot
I didn't
of money.
even ever
There's
think
4
about
of
it.
them. A traditional plane is 4. Have them in your bag. You can buy them in packs of 10 at Costco.
Yeah.
Like just carry them with you because you're asking them for something. They get asked for things a lot.
Well, and
You
they're
do it
dealing with
funny.
people like us with anxiety
Yes.
who don't want to fly. And
Who-
we're just like,
Yeah.
you know, we don't even know what we're doing. We're
Sweating,
saying.
panicking,
Yeah.
don't want to be there, right?
Yeah.
So when you actually can treat them like a normal human, you're like, hey, thank you so much, and then hand
Yeah,
them a
I
gift card.
always
as you
thank them too. Getting off the plane, I see a lot of people don't do that. I'm like, they just did a whole bunch of
a
stuff. for
whole
us.
bunch of stuff. Yeah, so like just
Yeah.
treat them like humans.
I love
Getting
that.
the seatbelt extender. Really, the cool thing about seatbelt extenders, and for when people ask for them, there are people around you who need them but don't know how to.
They're
have
gonna feel
Yes.
so much better, and that is the truth.
Yep.
People have been like, "How did you do that?" I'm like, "You just ask. It's
You
not a big
just
deal.
ask.
It's not. It is not a big deal. They're doing that all day long. It is not a
All
big deal.
day long.
Those seats
Yeah.
are made to make you feel bad. The seats should not be that tiny. That is their flub. That is
Yeah.
not your problem.
Well-
the world is not accommodating to us, but it should be inclusive of all different body types. So don't feel like, well, I'm encroaching. No, we deserve to take up space.
Well,
Take up
and if
space.
you have a buddy that is smaller, they can ask for you. If you don't want to ask.
Yeah, you can always ask someone if like
Yes.
have your friend do it. If
I
you
would
were-
ask for
but I
whoever.
travel alone, like almost exclusively.
right.
But I'm not afraid to do it. But
you're-
if you're afraid and you want to message me, I'll go with you. Just like to the doctors. If you're going to the doctors and you want to FaceTime with me while you're at the doctors, I'll do that.
To have an
If-
Oh, I
advocate.
love that.
If
That happens
you
a lot.
and it, yeah,
That needs to be a whole podcast. We need
oh,
to have a
but
whole
that could be an
conversation
app.
about
Dibs.
dibs.
Wait.
That needs to be
Look
an
at
app.
it.
What?
It's locked.
Oh,
This is annoying. How do you get it to not do it?
I don't know.
I don't know if you can turn that off. The security feature.
I don't either.
But I forgot some other tips.
All right, go.
You took that empty water bottle because you are not allowed to have liquids. You can only have things that are under 3 ounces, right? You can take all the food you want. I get a sandwich before I go because that airport food is. And
Wait, you get a sandwich from where?
Home.
Oh.
I packed some snacks from home. I
don't
sent
pack any
Christian.
liquids.
I sent Christian with a seafood boil because his parents wanted it, and I make a good one. So he packed a seafood boil on the. And actually, the last trip he took. I made Indian food, and he loved it and took it. What? Did we lose something?
No, I don't know how to use this.
Oh, just tap the screen.
I did.
That water bottle. Once you get through TSA, you fill that water bottle up and you put it in your backpack or you
How
put
do
it
I
on you.
type?
Then you have a beverage. You're not paying for the beverage. So take a snack, take rechargeable things, take a book, take something comfy, but strap it on you. Do not carry things. Do not carry things.
I did just see somebody the other day say if you're gonna bring liquids, as long as they're frozen. I don't know how people keep that.
I don't
frozen.
think so because it's under 3 ounces.
That's what I thought, and I was like, I don't believe that. And it was a TikTok that blew up, and I was like, I'm gonna
I
have
need to
fact check
find
that
out.
one.
I'm going to have to
Yeah.
fact check that because now I need to know.
Yeah,
What was the podcast?
about how you can advocate for yourself at a doctor's office. The things that you need to do. To
It's
advocate for
hard,
yourself. It
but
is
I will go with you, and I will
Yeah.
also go with you in the airport. If you want to take me on your phone, you just call me on. We'll just set it up for Instagram. This is free. I'm not doing this. This is not to make money. You can like call me, and I will go walk through the airport with you, so you're not alone. Because
Okay,
that
but you're
is
saying
scary.
call you. What do you want them to do? You want them to
Message me on like
message you on
Instagram or on
and say,
email
hey, I
and
need
be
your
like, hey,
help.
I'm going to be at the airport this time, and we can just literally video chat in between.
Love that. Love
Yeah.
that. All right, so you're open.
Look how sweaty I am. My butt is literally sweating.
It's got a little swampy. It's fine.
It's a little swampy.
I'm a little swampy
It's
too.
not stinky.
It's not stinky. Oh, she
Let's
is.
unpack it.
I am so sweaty. I'm so
Yeah,
sweaty.
I know.
It's hot as fuck in
It's
here.
fine.
Yeah.
There's going to be a
It
little,
is. It's hot.
little butt
Next
sweat
time
mark.
I'm bringing a fan.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I'm wearing my bathing suit.
But that's
I'm
fine.
bringing-
But everyone deserves to fly. Oh, a bathing suit. That would be fine.
That would be fine.
Everyone deserves to fly. Everyone should get to fly.
Okay, and
Fly.
go to the doctor and
And go to the
message
doctors
you on Instagram
and travel. And I
you
also
will
have
help
other
them.
travel tips like how to go, because I research everything before I go places, like what train station has escalator or stairs, or because not everybody, some people have
Yeah.
limited mobility. But if you are going on vacation and you take this plane and then you get there and you're like, oh no, I can't walk far, you can rent a scooter everywhere, and I can show you how to rent a scooter. Do not feel bad. Rent the scooter. You deserve
You also
to do
can
things.
ask the gate agent too if you don't have it on your request. If you don't have a wheelchair request on your ticket, you can ask them at the gate, hey,
Yeah, that's
is
what I
there
do.
any way that you can call somebody because I know I can't get to my gate?
Yeah, that's what I've done recently. Because normally I can now walk through, but if it's a big airport and I know that that's gonna hurt me, why hurt myself?
You
It
shouldn't.
isn't-
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So now I'll just take
There's
it if I
also
need
those
it.
buggies.
Oh, Denver, they do, and they drive you
the
around,
driving around
and they like
buggies.
just yell at people to get out of the way. I do like that.
Yeah. Flights and travel should be accessible to every single body.
Yep. And the fact that it isn't is not it's not something that's wrong with you. It's something that's wrong with them.
Down to the airport seats. A lot of the seats in airports you cannot raise the arms of.
No, I can't
Yeah.
fit.
I
And
was just
so
going
it-
to say I'm uncomfortable flying,
it
so I
cuts
can't
into
fucking
me.
imagine.
I do like the rally ones. They go back far, so I can scoot on in. But at the Chicago, they had this metal cup holder that dug into me, and it hurt so bad. And I know that it's going to be black and blue on my hip, but I was just like, what else do I do?
Yeah.
So that's a great thing about the wheelchair assist.
Oh, yeah.
Is they push you, you get to stay in that wheelchair. And then you got a comfy seat.
Yeah.
And you got front
That's
row.
fair.
So that is another reason. Well, just don't be afraid. Use the
Yeah.
wheelchair assist. And then if you go on vacation and you go to a hotel or you're going sightseeing, rent the scooter. Rent the scooter. They make them for people up to 600 pounds. I have used scooters at all weights and all places in every city, and you can get one. It exists.
Okay.
I think that's super important.
And you're going to be doing definitely more trips.
Yeah.
Tell
I'm
us
gonna
your
go.
Upcoming trip.
So, me and my friend Serena is a transformation coach, and she's based in Canada.
Oh, I like that.
What's her handle? Do you remember? I'll look it up. I
believe
don't have my
it's
phone.
At Serena, we'll tag it.
Okay.
At Serena something. Either way, Serena found me on TikTok, and she is a beautiful plus size individual.
I think I know
she
her
is
because from you.
so stunning, and her heart is so beautiful. And she reached out. I have been wanting to do international retreats for a really long time, but make them accessible. Like make them something that all bodies can attend.
So they don't have to worry about all this. It's
Yes.
already taken care of.
It's already
for them.
taken care of,
Okay.
right? Including transportation to and from the airport, and like the food and the house that we're staying in. So like our first one, and we will be doing 2 a year, is the goal.
I
One
love
tropical and one snuggly in the winter. So we're looking at possibly like Vancouver or something for the end of this year, November.
I love that.
Ooh.
And so we have 8 people coming, and they range in shapes and sizes from smalls all the way up to
I love
6X. Like it's really cool.
Beautiful.
We have a private villa with a house staff and a chef, and a private pool, and
Yes, queen.
all of the things, right?
I do love that.
And during the stay, we have this beautiful curriculum built around manifesting the life that you want and feeling better in your body and asking the universe for the specific things. And like we have this beautiful bound book that all of our curriculum is in, and our gift basket is just this like stunning array of all these awesome products that are like size inclusive and make you feel good in your body. And like we have robes and towels and these like sitting wraps that we had sponsored, like just
Ooh.
real like yoga sitting mats that are like a hug on your body.
And they get to keep them?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
my
that's-
God.
That's
Our gift
good.
basket alone is over
Swag.
$600.
The swag is good.
Oh, my.
Our swag
swaggy
is-
swag,
Our
honey.
swag bag is
When is your next trip?
delightful. So our first day is April 30th, and
Ooh,
then
that's
they leave.
soon.
They leave May 6th, and then we're ended up staying like a day or two extra because of flights and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you should anyway to decompress.
But I am so excited. So that's our first one, and then our second one hopefully is going to be a bookend at the end of the year, somewhere like cold and snuggly,
I love that.
so that it's like we get both.
So, okay, so let's clarify. Do you only want this to be plus size?
No.
you're saying small. Can
It's all
come.
bodies.
All right, so
Yeah.
I can sign up for the next one.
You can, absolutely. And it is photography heavy and transformation heavy. So we're
Do you have to be a
utilizing.
photographer?
No.
You're just saying that there will be
There'll
a
be
lot of
pictures
photography.
taken.
Each individual person gets their own boudoir shoot while they're there.
Oh, that's
Oh.
so nice.
So we'll have a group shoot
Should have
together.
led with that, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll have your own boudoir shoot with me. We'll have a group shoot together as a unit. And then we have this sacred cacao service that's happening in the middle
Oh,
of
yeah,
the week.
yeah.
I'm in.
Which is like
That's
a
my jam.
sound
I'm a super
bath
hippie.
and, like,
Yeah, crunchy crunch.
we have to fast for it. It's this whole really
Oh.
cool thing.
Oh, I love these type of things.
So it's real woo woo. It's real.
I don't
hippie.
know
I
if I
love
can-
woo woo.
And it like
Fast
feels
for it.
so much like a hug. Like the universe just has made it so seamless and so smooth. And like I couldn't have asked for a better partner. Serena is amazing.
Okay.
That's
Like,
great.
she showed up in ways that I,
I
could
need
never.
that. Are you already fully booked?
We have one seat available.
I can share about that.
Yeah,
Because
we
like
have one seat.
that's good.
It is good.
If just the alone getting the boudoir shoot is like worth
Yeah.
the whole
Let's
thing.
talk about boudoir.
That word's hard for me to say.
I know.
hard.
I don't like that word.
It's so hard.
I like sensual photos.
Yeah. I call them
I
spicy
couldn't help
photos.
it.
Spicy-
I had to. Boudoir.
I can't say it.
Try.
Well, boudoir.
That was really
That was
good.
There's lots
It
of
was
words I
Ohio.
can't say. I have to say it slow.
No, right, but you.
Boudoir.
Boudoir.
It's not boudoir.
Try again. You can
Boudoir.
do it.
Boudoir?
Yeah.
Boudoir. Boudoir, right?
Boudoir.
I said it
Boudoir.
wrong anyways.
War. Say war.
War. Why did I say it like that?
Boudoir.
Boudoir. There we go. I said it.
That was the most Ohio thing I've ever heard.
Boudoir. Why do I say boudoir? What is that?
You were saying boudoir.
Boudoir. Yeah, I can't.
Jesus.
I'm just gonna try to not ever say that word.
You're like,
People
Sexy,
that call me that
sensual.
are really uncomfortable are like,
Boudoir.
whatever you take.
Boudoir.
Like whatever fun.
Boudoir.
I like boudoir, yeah.
Boudoir.
It's amazing. It never ceases to amaze me. The
you
different
never correct anyone, do
iteration.
you?
No.
No. Yeah.
No, because like,
But I did to you.
yeah, well, you're my friend.
Yeah.
There's a lot of words I can't say. Eucalypticus, dyslexic. I know that's not how they say it. Also, there's this.
Say it slower.
Dyslexic. I know that's not the word.
She's saying
When you read backwards. I know, but so I can say it if you do it like this. Ready? Dyslexic, right?
Sis.
Oh. Dyslexic, whatever.
It's like Tupperware.
Whatever.
It's the guy that was like,
she's saying
Tupperware.
can't.
sucks it.
I know. And
like,
trust me,
what
when
did
I've had
I
to say it in a school setting, do you think my child's dyslexic? Oh, I said it, that word.
Close.
No, you definitely
I
didn't.
can't say eucalypticus, and also there's a store called Shushinchation. It's not called Shushinchation. You want to know what it's called?
What happened?
Shushinchation.
Right
But I can't, my mouth and my brain
I'm
don't work.
absolutely crying.
I'm sorry.
Can
But
you say cinnamon?
cinnamon,
Oh.
dyslexic.
It's not.
In my brain, it
You're
looks
doing
right
that on
though.
purpose.
No, like in my brain, it feels right, but I know it's not, and I just like eucalypticus, and I know. But if you know how I have to say it when it's in a fresh, this, lek.
You do know
Sick.
eucalypticus, isn't it? Right.
Eucalypticus. Right? Am I right?
Why are you doing all these extra
Because I cannot say it fast. If I say it fast,
That's not the word.
oh no, it's not even the right word. Eucalyptus. Shit, I don't know.
Eucalypticus.
So I avoid those words like the plague because I know Shushinchation. And then, so I said it at work because they wanted to know where I got my bag from. And I said, I got it from Shushinchation. And they said, what? I'm so sorry. I know that. Oh, no, don't pee your pants. But I know this about myself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Eucalypticus.
So what's the real word then? Eucalypticus. I don't know.
Eucalypticus.
Now we need to call the ambulance.
I thought I was saying it right the slow way. Eucalyptus. No. Fuck it. Yuca?
Yes.
Lip?
Yeah.
Tickus.
No. No.
Tuss. Just tuss. Lip. No. Shushinchation. I can't do it. And I just don't waste my time. I avoid those
we've
words.
stayed too long.
I'm sorry. But I don't say those words.
I thought I
Like,
was sweaty before.
if someone tries to make me, I won't say those. I'll just be like,
Eucalyptus. We don't need to. You say eucalypticus. It's better.
it's
I
fine.
don't know why I'm so traumatized by that.
There's a lot more words than that I can't say in a sentence, but I can say it slow. At least I thought it was.
Well, we're gonna unpack that
Anyways,
another time.
We're gonna.
unpack this. Unpack my speech impediment right now. Just kidding.
We love it. We
Shushinchation.
live it.
Wow. I
Okay.
think this
Anyways.
is time to wrap it
Wrap
up.
her up.
Wrap it
Listen,
up.
we
Unpack
touched
it.
on some good subjects. We touched
Yeah.
on. I can't get over eucalypticus. The word's fat. We talked about being in a bigger body, being in a smaller body. We talked about confidence. We talked about flying plus size. We talked about
Unpacking
reaching out for help.
our
I think that's the
bodies.
most important thing. The most important takeaway, I believe, and you can challenge me on this, is asking for help. You've got two people here that are willing to
Absolutely.
help. Like, reach out, ask for
out.
help. I'll help. I don't know how I can help. I'm here to help.
You're
You're a
very
great
helpful.
ally.
You're a
Okay.
great ally. You deserve the help. Did I say that wrong too? What is my life?
You are a great ally.
Ally? Oh,
The mascara's running down my face.
I'm an ally. Ally. Ally.
And I do boudoir and I'm a eucalypticus.
Boudoir. I do some boudoir in my eucalypticus.
So I think we've named it, unpacked this. I think
Yes.
we've unpacked quite a lot.
I'd say.
We're going to unpack some more champagne after this.
We are.
Yeah. And sweat some more.
And
But you know what?
I'm never wearing another sweter and long boots again.
No. But we're never going to be stinky.
I'm never doing that.
It's literally summer weather, though. That's your fault.
But it wasn't this
It
morning. when I
wasn't.
put
It was
clothes on.
cold.
It wasn't.
I don't know. I was in Ohio this morning. I'm full of shit.
You fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm
Unpack
wearing
this.
Birks.
Yeah.
Unpack this.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on our first podcast.
Thanks for having me as a guest.
I'm
This
Jess.
is Miss Kelly. This
Yeah.
is Jess. We love having you, and
Can't wait for the next one.
literally can't wait for the next one. If you want to hear other things from us,
Yes.
of other things that we need to unpack, let us know.
Yeah, please. What?
Eucalypticus.
We're new here, if you haven't noticed.
Yes.
Oh my god. So, how can everybody reach out to you?
I am on TikTok, the Caitlin Scott Boudoir on IG. And then if you ever need me, you can also hit my website at caitlinscott.com.
Cool.
What about you?
Jess at myhickey.com. At hickey _ for anybody on TikTok and Instagram. But please just email me directly. Jess at myhickey.com. Anytime.
Kellyville, Ohio, everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, email, Gmail. My website, Kellyville, Ohio. Everything is Kellyville, Ohio. I better not move. I'm going to.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. We
Thanks
can't
for
wait to
having-
unpack this with you next time. Yay.